Many people shy away from using ActionScript because, number one, it's a programming language, and number two, when somebody looks at an ActionScript like this, it quite frankly looks a little scary and a little involved. And it can be involved, and it can be as involved as you want to make it. But the nice thing about ActionScript is you don't need to know everything about ActionScript. You don't need to know each individual action to get things done. You can work with a few basic core actions and get an awful lot done. And one of the beauties of ActionScript is it's a scripting language, but you don't have to write the actual code. You just drag and drop items from the Actions book into the script pane, and we'll have an entire lesson on how to create ActionScript in a future tutorial. So when you decide to use ActionScript in a movie, you, number one, have to ask yourself what type of technique you're trying to pull off, and then do some research within the Actions panel to find the actions that you need to get the job done. As you go through these lessons and experiment with ActionScript on your own, you'll find that there's more than one way to skin a cat, so to speak, and another way you can find ActionScript information is by surfing the internet and finding some of the internet sites devoted to Flash. And you can actually download some working ActionScripts and open the movies up within Flash and dissect the ActionScript itself to find out what the author used to pull off the technique. That's something I did in the early stages of my ActionScript career. Now, when you use ActionScript, you have to ask yourself who your audience is going to be, and will they have the latest version of the Flash player available. If not, you have to determine what version of Flash you're going to publish the file in. And to do that, you go to your Publish settings and click the Flash tab, and here you see the Flash Player 6 is selected. And if your audience is going to be using Flash Player 5, click Flash Player 5 and then click OK. And notice what happened in the Actions panel here. Some of these action books are yellowed out. That's why it's very important to determine which version of the Flash player you're going to publish your file for before you create your first ActionScript. When you see these yellow marks, these yellow highlights, that means that these actions will not work with the version of the Flash player you're publishing the file for. So in a nutshell, when you decide to use ActionScript in a movie, determine the effects you're going to pull off, do some research and get the necessary actions or learn the necessary actions you'll need to pull off the effects, determine the version of the Flash player you're going to publish the file in, and start delving in the Actions panel and putting your scripts together.